I have a project today that I'm super excited about. I've been a comic book fan since I was a little kid. I filled sketchbooks with drawings of superheroes. Today I'm going back to some of those classic comic books that I saw as a kid, and what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna recreate Thor's mighty hammer. We're gonna be doing a hollow construction because we really wanna get the size of that hammer. It's gotta be a hammer of heroic proportions. We're gonna be welding things together, we're gonna be making sparks at the grinder, we're gonna be turning some decorative parts on the lathe. This is gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get started. So I have all my parts ready to go for the hammer head. We're really going for like a nice boxy looking hammer. We're gonna fire up the welder, we're gonna put these together, and you're gonna get to see what it looks like. So what I'm putting together now, it's gonna end up being the face of the hammer. I wanna give this thing a little bit of visual interest. I don't want it to be just a square box. So each face is going to taper in a little bit. We're over here at the metal lathe. I'm gonna start working on the handle. I got this 1-inch piece of tubing that I'm gonna use, but it's a little bit plain. I wanna turn up a decorative end cap as well as a few other decorative parts that are just gonna make this a lot more interesting. So let's chuck up a piece of stock and get working on this. In all the references that I was looking at, Thor's hammer seemed to have this very distinct top cap. To give it a little bit more visual interest, I'm going to do a hand-filed pattern around the edge of the cap. I think it's going to look really nice. We basically just want to get a nice even finish over the whole thing. This is really like the last step. It's just going to give it a lot of character. It's going to bring out the highlights. It's going to make it look like a finished piece, worthy of Thor. That's the idea. All right, we're almost finished with this epic project. The last step is going to be putting on the finishing touch. It's going to be a leather wrapped handle with that iconic leather loop. I have all my materials here. I'm just going to start cutting some leather and we're going to wrap this handle. That's our piece right there. I'm going to at least start with that one. I'm just checking the thickness on this. I definitely want something that's an even thickness all the way across. Doesn't really matter if there's defects, I kind of like that. I think it's going to add some character. The thickness and the pliability is mostly what I'm checking here. I'm actually going to wet this piece of leather. That's just going to make it a little bit more pliable so that it wraps on there a little bit easier. This project is finally complete and I'm just absolutely thrilled with how it turned out. The leather wrap is super nice. The details on the top cap are just great. The overall look and feel it's awesome. The hollow construction, it gives it a light enough feel that a mere mortal like me can experience what it would be like to have superhuman strength, if only for a minute. I love the styling, the blocky style, the classic Thor's hammer. It's everything that I wanted it to be. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I really love it.